I've been feeling it. Is the chat box on? Are y'all seeing y'all's messages on here? Better. I ain't been feeling it at all. Me either, sister. Honestly, like, what the fuck is going on? But it's the retrograde. We just gotta thug it out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like through the retrograde, it really comes to test you. Like, is you really what you say you are? Do you really want this shit, or are you gonna let little petty inconveniences throw your ass off? Yeah, I was over it, sister. Oh shit, I was supposed to say that. So I proved myself right. I don't give a fuck. I was sadness. I was over it, but I still showed up. And you know, as much as I didn't want to, that's the reward of discipline. Because as much as you don't want to do it, once you do it and you literally felt like you could not do it, bro, I don't know, it just do something to your confidence. Like my confidence just been up 10,000 because I just been like, I've been doing it regardless. You think everybody we love be wanting to do shit? No, not necessarily. But last night, yes, it ended in laughs. Exactly. You just gotta work through it. All right, y'all. Okay. So, hold on, let me see. So we either gonna do a profound pondering video or we're gonna watch an article, an interview by Christina Martinez. I've been on this Christina Martinez kick because she's really been inspiring me. Like, she's kind of what I feel like I want. Am I lagging for y'all? Is it lagging? Talk to me. Because it's lagging for me. But she's an example of how I really want to like start transitioning into my art being the main focus. Skipped frames. I don't know what the fuck that means. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Put some stuff in the chat, boo. Talk to me. Yeah, it's lagging. It's bad, sister. I don't want to get down off this bed. I'm sorry. I can hear you on time, but the video lagging. Okay, well, it's fine, because I'm not even finna be talking that much. I ain't even finna be talking that much. I do want to remind y'all, though, I actually think I'm finna turn on the video for y'all because this guy's video is very good about the retrograde and just keeping your frequency high. I want us all during this time to do our best to keep the frequency high. Bruh, it's bad. Fuck. Maybe it's because this. God damn it. Shit. I feel like it's probably because it don't have nowhere to breathe. Can y'all see me? Is it better? How is it? How is it now, y'all? Fuck. I'm finna have to get off this bed, bitch. I was having fun up here. What's it giving, y'all? Are we back? Take me. Let me go look for myself. One thing about Mercury retrograde, bitch. Take me. Let me go look for myself. Okay, it looked like it's working. Okay, we back. I just had to unplug some shit, honey, and put this computer up so that it could breathe. Okay, we back. So, I'm about to show y'all a video that this guy put on TikTok that was very good. And it's just something I want us to keep in mind during this time. You know, during these hard transits. Bruh. During these hard transits, I want us to start using them as opportunities to be better, you know, opportunities to really be tested to see if we're really who we say we are, rather than feeling like we're a victim of our circumstances, because we're not. You know, there's a quote that says, I think they said it was in Evan Almighty or something, but it was like, when you ask for peace, God doesn't give you peace. He gives you the opportunity to choose it. So just take these transits and the chaos and the highs and the lows of it all as just that. It's an opportunity to choose. And if you're not able to, because we are fucking human, and sometimes, bitch, I don't want to choose peace. I don't want to choose, you know, let it show you what you aren't choosing. You know what I'm saying? Let it show you what needs to be worked on. You know, and don't judge yourself. Be graceful. This shit isn't easy, you know. So, hold up. I'm finna play it for y'all. He's scared of this book. OMG, we got a new follower. Hey, honey, welcome. Okay.
Peace, love, and happy healing. Y'all, listen, hear me out. I see people, they look at my videos and everything, they don't comment, but I can see who's looking at them.
Oh, bitch.
Hear me out.
I'm talking about, yay. Let me block you. What the fuck are you doing in here? Fucking up the vibe, bitch. God damn. Bitches love coming up in here playing.
Building your online business?
Oh, Lord!
Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform.
Hold on, y'all.
Add products. Showcase them dynamically. And seamlessly track your...
Shut up. God damn. We just gonna watch this and I'm going to, I'm gonna block that person, okay, y'all? Just ignore that bitch. Ignore that bitch. And you can unfollow me, ho.
I know one thing for sure and two things for certain. I'm a healer. I'm very in touch. I'm clairvoyant. I know what I'm talking about. People might call me crazy, but I don't care what you call me. I'm the truth. I'm a healer. I know about healing. This retrograde is lowering people's vibrations. It's lowering your vibration. Keep your vibrations high. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention to what this retrograde is doing. This retrograde has people unaliving people. This retrograde has people transitioning. This retrograde has vehicles acting up. This retrograde has the weather acting up. This retrograde has the earth acting up. Keep your vibrations high. Stay grounded. Ground yourself during this retrograde. You may be feeling sick. You may be having headaches. You may be feeling off. You're feeling off because of this retrograde. Y'all, we are in tune with the earth. We're in tune with the earth. When the earth goes through something, we go through it as well. We are of the earth. We are of the earth. Stay in a positive place. Do not let people make you mad during this retrograde. If you get off track in this retrograde, when we come out of this retrograde, you're going to stay in that mood. Stay in a high vibrational place. Play music that uplifts you. Look up frequencies to lift your vibration. I'm telling you, if you stay in a negative place during this retrograde, you will be stuck in a negative place when we come out of this retrograde. We are supposed to be coming out of this retrograde on December 15th. But the retrograde has an overcast on it. It's a shadow on this retrograde. So therefore, we're not going to come all the way out of the retrograde until December 25th. If I'm not mistaken, the last time we were in this retrograde, whatever planets in whatever, there was a war. There was a real bad war. I'm saying this once, I'm going to say it twice, and I may say it again. Stay in a positive place. Do not allow anyone to shift your energy. If your energy is shifted to a negative place during this retrograde, you are going to stay in a negative energy for a very long time. Like I said in my earlier video, be quick to listen and slow to speak. This retrograde is showing you who people really are. Remember, this is the year of exposure. People are showing themselves to you. Do not argue with these people. Do not fuss with these people. Your best bet is to walk the hell away. Turn your back on them. Leave them there where they are. The people that are wanting to start arguments with you, they are not where they're supposed to be. Do not argue with these people. Don't fuss with these people. Walk away. Play high vibrational music. Stay in a high vibrational place, y'all. You see what's happening. You see what's happening around us. You got stuff going over there in Africa. We done had an earthquake. It's flooding in Haiti. It's so much going on around us, y'all, that they're not telling us about. They have people like me, people maybe like you. We're having dreams. We can't go to sleep. We're waking up. Your stomachs are messing up. It's because of the retrograde. Also, during the retrograde, eat properly. Stay hydrated. Eat your fruit. Try to stay away from these heavy meats. Stay away from the heavy stuff, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm a healer. I know what I'm talking about. I will never lead you astray. Also, during this retrograde, respect people's boundaries. Respect people's boundaries. A lot of us spiritual people out here, we hanging on. It's hard for us out here. We hanging on. We hanging on, y'all. Like it's really affecting a lot of the spiritual community.
Hey, Kaylina.
It's affecting your prophets. It's affecting your ministers. It's affecting the chosen ones, the messengers. It's affecting us real bad, y'all. So if we are not answering your calls, we're not answering your text messages, it's a reason why. We hanging on over here. We hanging on. We hanging on. And we're not trying to reflect any energy off on nobody. Y'all, we hanging on. Y'all, we hanging on. It's affecting some of us more than it's affecting everybody else. Just know that. Everybody ain't the same. You got chosen people out here. It's affecting the chosen people the hardest. I'm telling you. But everybody is feeling this retrograde. Stay grounded. Eat right. Stay away from the beef. Stay away from the pork. Eat light stuff. When you eat heavy stuff, it lowers your vibration. Eat light stuff to stay lifted. Eat light stuff to stay lifted. This is a good time to start fasting during this retrograde. It's not too late. Stay in a positive place. Stay uplifted. Don't fuss. Don't fight. Don't argue. Pay attention to what's going on around you.
Don't fight, don't argue.
Peace, love, and happy healing.
So yeah, I wouldn't say that it gave like fear mongering, but don't be scared like that you'll stay in the frequency for long. But you do need to take heed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not able to, like, get it together now, like, understand that you'll probably be doing that else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will continue in that behavior. Like, that's where I keep telling y'all, like, use this time, use this energy to, like, level up. You know what I'm saying? Use this time, use this shit that's going on as an opportunity to level up. Or, okay, bye, De'Ara. Have a great day, boo. Thank you for coming out or coming through. So just use it. Like, use it as an opportunity to, like, do better. You feel me? Or, you know, get educated about yourself, you know? So anyways, I wanted to show y'all that. So we got a choice of profound pondering. What the fuck? Don't make me mad. Hold on, I'm finna pull it up. So his, and let me look up Christina. Okay, so we can choose from, I'm gonna let y'all choose from these two interviews to watch. So either this one where Christina Martinez tells her story, or The Art of Not Forcing. Y'all let me know what y'all want to watch. Or we could watch them both, honestly. But let me know. Christina Martinez, that is an interview about, like, her artist journey. And, like, you know, I feel like if you're an artist, you would appreciate it. It really moved me. I literally watched it twice yesterday. So y'all know I always be putting off my damn shit on y'all, my special interest. But we can also do The Art of Not Forcing. Both? Okay. Okay, Caitlin. She said we not even finna choose. Okay, which one we doing first? I feel like we should do The Art of Not Forcing first, because I feel like it's in alignment with the message that the man just said, and then we'll do Christina.
How that relates to what we can really life. I found the faith that you can give. It's a
Bill, what's up, baby? Welcome to the stream. This your first stream, sister?
I think in life it's important to not
Welcome,
force
mama.
anything. I feel like the whole entire premise of like wu wei or no mind or allowance is not forcing. And I think most people have a misconception when it comes to not forcing, when it comes to letting go, that you're sort of giving up on everything. But I think that letting go is sort of the biggest act of faith that you can give. It's an understanding that you can only control what's within your control. And the main thing that you can control in this life, I feel like, is you. Everything else, I feel like, is within your influence. And we can't really influence anything, or even control for that matter, if we're not present enough with ourselves to understand our influence. Understanding what we can do for ourselves and how that relates to what we can do in the world. Overall, I think it's important to sort of live in your own personal world and understand that any type of separation that you feel between you and other people, or you and the world around you, is caused by your own perspective. And it's sort of important, I feel like, to open that perspective and broaden it to the point where your identity or this ego of yourself dissolves into understanding. You know, a better grasp on what it actually is, so you're no longer traversing the world of your mind, you're traversing the world that's out here. And in that way, you can start to build things and create things for yourself that aren't present within your mind. Because our mind, I think, sometimes keeps us trapped, or we keep ourselves trapped in our mind by thinking that it's all that is. I feel like the discomfort with the unknown is what keeps drilling us back into our heads and drilling us back into the world of safety, the world of comfort. And I realize most of all that once you get comfortable with the unknown and comfortable with that sort of discomfort, then almost anything is possible. Because things stop being about how they're dictated by the past and start being how they're dictated now. It stops being about, well, in the past I had to do this to get this, or in the past I feel like you have to blah, blah, blah. Instead, it's about being present, being where you are and moving forward and seeing what obstacles come your way without, making yourself suffer before it's necessary by living in those sufferings of the future that have yet to exist and only exist in your mind. I feel like part of letting go is just giving yourself the liberty of being yourself and giving yourself the liberty to actually stake out this existence. Giving yourself the life that you actually deserve rather than having it constantly taken away by your mind's thoughts about it. I feel like our life is supposed to be experienced, not necessarily analyzed and experienced through our analysis. I think if all we could do is analyze, then that's all we are, is the analysis. That's why I feel like it's important to sort of take that step forward from the mind and truly be within the present and, walk your own battle, do your own thing, and most of all, be your own person. I think that authenticity is one of the most beautiful things that the world can even fathom, because there's so much out here and everything is so beautiful by contrast, and everything's beautiful if you allow it. And I think the one thing that you have to allow to be beautiful most of all is yourself. I feel like we often reference our beauty to the beauty of other people, the beauty of other situations, the beauty of other things, when we really aren't within comparison. I feel like who we are is always beyond comparison, and it's just about giving yourself enough strength, enough validity, and enough love to keep on pushing through the nonsense that's out here. I'm realizing a lot that there is a lot of nonsense out here. There's a lot of stuff that's not necessarily aimed, but a lot of stuff that can take you away from yourself in terms of your presence. And one of the main things I feel like is your mind and is you. It's your relationship to your mind and your thoughts and your doubt and our relationship to ourselves as it pertains to what we actually do for us. And I realized that I had to start redoing some of the things I said make me feel most like myself, because you get so caught up in everything else that you're doing, you forget that you have to make sure you're taking care of the one that's doing it. And I think we all get sort of lost in that way and not affirming the self and trying to affirm the path. It's not so much important to have so much faith in what you do if you can't have faith in the one that's doing it. And I think that's why a lot of times it's not really about just getting the information, but it's application. It's about making it you, about turning it into you and allowing yourself to use what you've learned. And I think you can only truly use what you've learned if you're present enough to understand what you've learned and present enough in a certain situation to implement what you've learned into the present moment. All in all, I think it's just important to be present. Giving yourself the liberty, the grace that is the present moment and the joy that feels it. And I feel like once you do that, you're sort of separating yourself from that ego already and making it so life's not so focal pointed and preoccupied. Instead, it becomes all-encompassing. Instead, it stops being about, what I have to do tonight and this obligation and that obligation. It starts being about the now. We stop losing the day in expectation of the night. And in that way, every day is brighter. Because it stops being in reference to every other day and starts just being bright because that's what it is. Not saying that you can't use the past as a foothold, but understand that at some point you have to be a giant on your own. You have to understand that the life that you give to yourself and the life that you lead is your life. And it has significance just off the strength of you being. And I think we need to learn how to love ourselves for just being there. I think half the battle is showing up, and half the battle is being there after you show up. I think a lot of us put ourselves into situations. A lot of us get ourselves into opportunities. And I think the greatest opportunity that we get ourselves into is the present moment, is the right now, is the here. But it's another thing to be consciously aware and consciously place yourself within the present moment so you can actually start building the future. I said it in a couple videos now that the future doesn't start tomorrow, it starts today. It starts in every action that I do. It starts every second, and it already has started years ago. The law of accumulation pretty much states that everything we do has a rhyme or reason, or it contributes to our overall life. And I think that's important. I think it's important to sort of recognize that. So you recognize that in periods of your inaction, what you need to be doing and how that, time could be allocated towards your potential, towards your growth, and towards your future in life.
Your Aunt Aya. What do you
Road. Oh shit.
Points of understanding what you're doing.
Don't do that.
And how that, time could be allocated towards your potential, towards your growth, and towards your future in life. But I still stress the importance of understanding that it's not really just about that future life. It's about the present life too. I'm not saying that you have to have everything in the future, but understand that you don't have to have anything to love yourself. You don't have to have anything to sort of be within the conditions of yourself. You're always enough for yourself. And I think the biggest realization that sort of helped me get there was realizing that there was no one else to be. You are you for a reason. And I think it's important to embrace your you-ness, your uniqueness, because it is all that you are. I think authenticity is one of the easiest ways to get into anything creative, or to get into, I guess, a life of relative peace. Because once you stop making your world about the clashing of every other world and just allow yourself to be without comparison, then it's no longer a race, it's no longer a battle, it's no longer this is that and the other, and it starts just being about being. And being happy about that. And understanding the joy in your authenticity, the joy in, I guess, implementing some type of positivity into the cycles of your own mind. And I think that's one thing I have to stress myself to do, or make more intentional, is implementing more positive stuff in my head, or implementing more habits that lead to a positive mental headspace that allow me to get onto this world and continue to be present. Because I find that when I'm present, or presence in general just awards you with a certain amount of not necessarily creativity, but awareness of possibility that's out here. And I feel like once you're present, you understand how possible everything is. Because I feel like any terms of difficulty, or any, I guess, perception of something's difficulty is always in reference to our perception of our ability. It's only difficult because I think that it's going to be hard for me. And I think it's important to give yourself enough validity to understand that it's going to be what it is. Whether or not you connotate it as hard or easy or this or that, is just contributing to early suffering, at least to a good extent. And I feel like it's important to sort of let your guard down with yourself enough to go out here and experience it for yourself, and stop trying to answer these questions, in your mind, because I feel like the very question takes away the answer, because it stops being about you're actually experiencing whatever it is you're curious about, whatever it is you're trying to build onto yourself. It starts being about your own battle with your head as it pertains to it. We try to experience so much through our head that we forget we're actually supposed to be within the world. And that's what I mean by why be in your mind if you want to be in the world. All of this, I feel like, contributes to this idea that you have a personal world. We all have a sort of ideal way we want to live, an ideal way we are. And even if our external circumstances or surroundings can't necessarily match that, I feel like at least on a level of who we are, we can match that. Understanding that we have to, I guess, bring ourselves to the level of our desires until it matches up. Sometimes you have to be in that place already before you get there, if that makes sense. Understand how you feel if you were to get this something, or understand, the gratitude that you should have just for being you. I feel like we wait for gratitude, and we wait to be thankful for ourselves just because we haven't attained something, or we haven't gained something we feel like makes us valuable. But at the end of the day, we're the ones who give that certain something value. We're the ones who give that certain something the strength that sort of pulls us along. And I think it's important to sort of not necessarily diminish the strength, but recognize the strength that we have inside of us already. Our cage not being what contains us, but what we contain within ourselves, I feel like is also important here. Understanding that doubt and worry and anxiety about these certain things, of course they have a place, but they don't have to be here. Of course they need to be acknowledged, but they don't have to be lived in. I think it's important to sort of let go of that and embrace the present moment enough to recognize what it is. Recognize that sometimes our anxiety just needs an answer, and the answer sometimes is action. Like if I'm worried about my exam grade, or if I'm worried about my skincare or something like that, it's just about either studying or taking care of my skin, doing what I can with what I have. So my only excuse is I did my best.
Boom.
And at that point, I feel like it's a certain relief when you put your full effort into your life, because once you put yourself in, I feel like you can get yourself out. I feel like giving your, not necessarily 100%, but truly bringing yourself to the moment is somewhat instantiating that you are not the moment. You are not that specific thing you are experiencing it. You're one experiencing it. And I think in giving yourself that also perspective, you allow yourself to sort of be the most prominent thing within the moment. Not in a way of narcissism, not in a way of selfishness either. I feel like sometimes self-love and selfishness sort of get misconstrued, but I feel like the self-love I'm talking about is just appreciation that you exist. Appreciation for the very air around you. Appreciation for everything that sort of comes into your life. And in that way, other people are appreciated and their individuality is appreciated too. Because it's not solely about you, it's about the totality in a way. And I think the greatest way we can contribute to this totality is by being our individual self. Being authentically us and being in the present moment, living in our own world, but not in a way of harming other people's worlds, but in a way of understanding that your perspective is yours. And we have to cater it to our own understanding, otherwise we will never understand ourselves. And I think that's the most important thing. It's not necessarily feeling like you're on an island or you're by yourself, but recognizing that you have yourself. You always have somebody. And it's not even about the feeling of being alone just because of your perspective, because of your life path, because of this, that, and the other. Because it's not really about what you do. It's about the thing that's doing it. And I think we're all people to a good extent. We're all here. So I think giving yourself the present moment, it just allows you to sort of escape that mode of thinking about the complexity of this, that, and the other, and allows things to just be. And allows, certain opportunities to get to the point that you want to get to, allowing those to be as well, rather than being big monuments of this, that, and the other, like, oh, I have to do this really good. When I feel like to do something very good, you have to be present to do it. I feel like people who are good at their art, good at whatever practice, good at entertaining, performing, this is that and the other, are really just good at being present with whatever they're doing. Being present enough to make the certain choices that contribute to the authenticity of their piece, authenticity of their existence, their life, their words, whatever. I think if you can give yourself that sort of authenticity, then you understand ways in which you can express yourself that allow you to truly be, that allow you to truly be seen by not only others, but by yourself. I think once you're able to see yourself, it's just about understanding your affirmation towards yourself and how that builds onto who you are and builds onto what you will be. But overall, I think it's just about understanding that you don't have to really force anything. It's about how much you allow yourself to be prominent within these situations. Allow yourself to be prominent. Allow yourself to be present. Because at the end of the day, once you give yourself that presence, everything else in the world is given to you. Because you're present enough to see ways in which you can get it, ways in which you can attain it. So, I guess if you made it this far in the video, thank you. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourself and doing what you can, what you have, reading up on some good books. I hope maybe I'll do a book recommendation video soon. But all in all, thank you. I hope you guys are doing good. But yeah, keep being y'all.